So I'm here with Dmitry Koval, and Dmitry, you raised a point about Tether's price correlation, or its market cap correlation, aligned with Bitcoins, and you had some concerns or some interesting points you wanted to make there. So we wanted to get on a call and pick your brains and find out what's going on over here. What are your thoughts about this?
Yes, it's actually Bitcoin price correlated with the Tether market cap. So actually, there are lots of things written on the topic with regard to the bull run which happened end of 2017, or in 2017 was it? Yeah, and we obviously everybody talks about the new bull run which is going on right now, and so it coincides, I'm not surprised at all, with the spike in the Tether market capitalization. So yeah, I will show you the a couple of charts. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so this is the chart from CoinMarketCap. But before we go to this one, so I wanted to show you another one which is quite funny actually. So if you go to the website called CoinGecko, which is an analytical website similar to CoinMarketCap.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you choose this Tether USD chart, and you go and choose the market cap, you see quite an interesting picture here. This is quite funny, actually, because you see the market cap according to this data, to CoinGecko data. I'm not sure where they take this data from. So the market cap grew from 2 billion to up to 3.5 in an hour. Obviously, this must be a mistake or something like that, but I'm not sure where they get the data from. But it's just funny.
Yeah, it kind of didn't make sense, because I remember seeing your message and I was thinking, but why would the market cap for Tether jump? You know, what would cause that? That's what I was trying to work out.
Well, so yeah, so I think that yeah. So let's go to the more legit one,
right?
Which is on CoinMarketCap. So yeah, let's see at the chart for all the time, basically. So it's all time. You see, you don't have to be a PhD in math to see the direct correlation between the Tether market cap and Bitcoin price. So it's basically blue line. So blue line is the Tether market cap. So
right,
the yellow line is actually price of Tether in Bitcoin. But Tether, yeah. Remember, Tether is a stable coin. So basically, this is a reversed Bitcoin price.
Mm-hmm.
So this correlation, even in these details, so it is absolutely clear. So it is absolutely clear. So now if you look at this 3 months time frame, so you see that we see the similar effect.
Same trend.
Same trend. So 1 month, we see again. So it is correlated. Now, why it is correlated? There can be 2 explanations on that. So first explanation, which actually I think is the true one, but you never know. So is that Tether is actually printing money. So Tether creating the coins, then they trade on the markets where you can trade USDT versus Bitcoin, and they do the wash trade. So they put the symmetric order on the market which trades Bitcoin to US dollars. So basically, you print Tether, you issue Tether on blockchain, you buy Bitcoin, you sell Bitcoin for real dollars, you make dollars out of the thin air. So that's how it works. Just because we have the markets which trade only on the USDT.
But that would, I mean, that's quite scary, because that would, if that's what's going on, somebody's got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. Of course. Last time this was retail investors to Bitcoin. There can be another explanation. Another explanation is that once the Bitcoin price grows, as the Tether markets, I mean USDT to Bitcoin markets are quite big, so there is a demand for Tethers for USDT, and basically That's why the market cap grows. So the other way around. So my point is that regardless of which ways is the actual one, it's bad for industry. So that's my point. It doesn't matter what comes first. What does matter is that we have the proxy between the USD, with the real dollar, and Bitcoin. And this proxy is Tether. And with all the negative like press and all the negative news around that. So for God's sake, why would anyone invest $1 billion into Tether? What's the reason for that? Why not just go and buy Bitcoin if you want to buy Bitcoin? So why would anyone put actually $1.5 billion since April into Tether? Can you answer that? So why? Just stop for a moment and think, why? There's no reason. So there are various legit crypto funds where you can invest in Bitcoin and so on and so forth. So why would you invest in Tether? Or this is not clean money? That's another explanation.
Or it's not clean money. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, or one can say, well, so the Tether, the USDT markets are bigger than dollar markets. So basically, it's difficult to buy Bitcoin for real dollars because there's better liquidity on the USDT market. And that's exactly the point I'm making. That's bad. That's not normal. Because I'll give you an example. So let's say you're driving a car. So normally when you drive in a car, so your steering wheel is connected directly to the front wheels, right? So when you turn the steering wheel, the wheels turn. So, and now imagine that you have a black box in between. And black box meaning that you don't know how it works exactly. So if you turn right, so you're not sure that the front wheels will turn right.
Right.
So this is exactly Tether between US dollar and Bitcoin. It's black box.
Right. What you're saying is the fact that we don't know is the problem in itself.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. To be honest, I'm a little bit shocked by this because, well, I'm not shocked in terms of, from previous conversations we've had. I think there've been alarm bells around Tether for a long time now. And I know you've called this out, 9 months ago in a conversation with myself and Chris before. But looking at it like this, you kind of can't argue with it. It's a bit scary.
Yeah. So basically, you can buy. So if you have a clean money, you can buy Bitcoin for $1. So you don't need any proxy to do that. So, and actually the existence of this proxy, even if it's all fine, and they actually, so they got actual money before they issued the tokens. Even if this is the case, that's not good because that's proxy. That's a black box proxy. So the industry doesn't need it.
Yeah, because at some point the piper needs to get paid as well. And what that means is that the retail investors are going to pay for that.
Yeah.
And we know from experience in crypto how often that's happened now. So what advice would you give to folk in crypto, Dmitry? Is it a good idea to just steer clear of Tether altogether, not to hold any Tether? Is it a dangerous time to be holding Bitcoin? Should people be shorting? I know you can't give advice for people on how they should invest, but how do you suggest navigating this?
Well, first of all, don't hold Tether. That's for sure.
Right.
You'll have difficulties claiming the money back. If you see the fee schedule of Tether, so you'll pay the fees on that. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Just if you want to invest your dollars, basically, or fiat currency, any fiat currency, just go to the regulated exchanges and do this directly. That's
right. But what would it mean for part of what I'm thinking, the reason I'm getting nervous about it, listening to you, is what does it mean for the price of Bitcoin? So let's say some bad news does finally get released around Tether.
Well,
you know,
regardless of the bad news, even if it's so if this is a manipulation, like we discussed earlier, so what will happen is that it'll probably go up further, and then it'll go down to a certain point. I don't know what will be this price, this correction price, but I can think that it'll be probably around 8 or 9,000 US. So the price will correct at certain time, but long term. So Bitcoin is a good investment. So long term, it will grow.
So really, Tether provides an opportunity, as you mentioned before as well, for money laundering. It provides an opportunity to take cash out of the crypto markets through essentially, potentially what we're doing here is quantitative easing, as you mentioned as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as accusing Tether of money laundering. That's probably not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that there is a mechanism which allows, so when you control the issuance of this token, so this mechanism allows you to do to manipulate the markets potentially. And even if they don't do so, so the existence of this proxy between the US dollar and Bitcoin is not good.
Right.
That's the point, because that's proxy, which is actually not needed. Like, so when so what defines the price of Bitcoin, right? It's the supply and demand.
Right.
It's purely market price, because Bitcoin doesn't have an intrinsic value.
Right.
So it's not backed by anything or whatever, so what have you. So the price is defined by the market. So it's defined by the people believing in the value and stuff like that, and people want to buy, and the people want to sell. So that's the market price. Now, so market means that the Bitcoin change hands and dollar changes hands, right? So it is an exchange. So a person buys Bitcoin for dollars, and another person sells Bitcoins for dollars. So both sides, let's say both currencies, both assets change hands. Now, what happens with Tether? So in Tether, so the dollar goes to Tether account, and the token is issued, even if it's all legit and done according to their to their mission statement and everything. So, and then what changes hands is the token, not the US dollar, but the token is not the US dollar. That's the problem. So the market price of Bitcoin is driven by something which is not the dollar. So there is no exchange. So the dollar stays at Tether's bank account. Dollar doesn't change hands. So this is not the real market price what we have here. So we can have a separate talk about the volumes, the trading volumes, because the problem is that the trading volumes in USDT is greater than the trading volumes in USD. And therefore the price which we have is not the real market price, because on one hand, on one side you have Bitcoins, and on the other side you have dollars and USDT and other stable coins as well. So
is there a way to profit from this, Dmitry, from a trading perspective, in terms of speculating that there will be a correction?
Yeah, well, so you can arbitrage because there is an arbitrage opportunity created between the platforms running stable coins and the platforms running real fiat.
Right.
But the problem here is that obviously you have a huge potential market maker, which is Tether itself, and I would not play against that. That would be not
right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because you'd need to know the timing of it as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I think that in short to mid-term, so the price will correct, but long term, the Bitcoin price will go up because that's how it is designed.
Right.
So we can do separate talk about the volumes, because what's the share of the of this Tether in the Bitcoin price? Because you can argue that the market cap of Tether is relatively small in comparison to Bitcoin.
Right.
3.5 against $200 billion. But if you look at the trading volumes, so this is completely different because the daily trading volumes are bigger for stable coins than for US dollars. Therefore, potentially the contribution to this market price from this trading of stable coins is greater than the contribution of the US dollar trading for Bitcoins, potentially. It's difficult to estimate.
Really interesting. I mean, looking at those charts and the correlation, it's actually just undeniable.
Yeah.
A part of me wishes I could just do some kind of correlation trading, pairs trading, you know, just looking at charts like that. It's really kind of interesting. But
obviously all traders
undeniable.
Closely follow all the news coming out about Tether and other stable coins as well.
Right.
About their audits, about how they backed with the real currency and stuff like that.
100%. Well, Dmitry, number one, thanks for making the observation. I've not seen this anywhere else. This is really interesting. And also thanks for your time to walk us through this. I'm looking forward to what everyone watching this has to say in the comments and what the opinions are. I know the last video we posted had some divided opinions on Bitfinex, on Tether, etc. But guys, I got to tell you here at this channel where you're watching this right now, you know, we're feeling kind of nervous about Tether over here. You know, we're not nervous about it, but it just doesn't give me the warm and fuzzy. And I agree with Dmitry. I don't think that this scenario is good for the market because of this black box, as you call it, like a black box proxy, which is a really, really interesting way to put it. So really informative. This is not stuff that I've seen out there online. So really appreciate it, Dmitry.
Okay, thank you very much.